Hi everyone, welcome back to Ingenious TechHub channel. So in this session, we will discuss volume testing. Okay, so you guys are using Gmail, right? And you have a Google Drive. So I can give you my example sometime what happened. I keep uploading my video on the Google Drive. If my system will crash, right? So I will lost my all the videos, right? But default Google is giving the 15 GB, right? So if you like use the 15 GB, then you are getting some notification, hey, your drive is going to full, right? So same thing happen in volume, uh, in software also, application also, right? So we can check the how the data is behaving the backend, right? In the backend, I can give you simple example. So we have a one user, like we are going to enter some data, right? You are entering username, like when you are going to register any website, you are giving some data to the application form, right? That data will store in inside this database, like Google Drive. So I am storing something in Drive, right? So we have a some capacity how much we can store over there, right? So same thing, we have a database, right? In every application we have a database because data is storing somewhere, understood, right? So we have to do some proper testing, the you know that is called your volume testing. Okay, how much volume is coming from the user side, how much data is coming from the user side in your database. So you could see some time the company is asking, do you have a database testing knowledge? For database, you have to guys learn SQL because SQL is your common query language to use, do the testing for the database. In the future, also I will create a video for SQL series as well. Okay, so we can explore now. Volume testing is a type of non-functional testing. This testing is done to check data volume handled by the database. Volume testing is also called as a flood testing. Okay, it is also called flood testing and is a non-functional testing that is done to check the software or app for its performance against the huge data of database. Okay, so the database is stressed to a threshold point by adding the large amount of data it, and then the system is tested for its response. Volume testing is done to analyze the system performance of increasing the volume of the data into the database. So what happens, sometime we got the error for the database only because something went wrong. So developer will check the some issue with the database we have, right? So this all the things we have to test over there. Okay, when users we are adding the huge data in the database, how your application performance, how your application behaves like this and all. So with the help of volume testing, impact on the response time and system behavior can be studied. So we can also check, like if we are adding the huge data, how the application behaves, like how our application is going to perform, how what is the speed of our application. System behavior can be a study and when exposed to high volume of data, right? For example, I can give you simple example of YouTube, guys, right? So for second and minute, people are uploading the video from the video uploading on the YouTube, right? So you can understand how this they are managing this database for YouTube, right? This is the big example. So testing the music site, or you can behavior, I can given where there are millions of users download the songs. I can giving the example of YouTube, right? So so why to do volume testing? Simple, you already know the answer why to do. If you will not do, then what will happen? Unnecessary data will come from the user side. Your application will become your application will be impacted, right? So very necessary to do, you know, volume testing. Check system performance. So we can also check the system performance by increasing the volume of the data into the database to identify the problem that are likely to occur with the large amount of data. Volume testing will help to identify the capacity of the system or application, normal and heavy volume. What to test in the volume testing, right? To test or to test to check if there is any data loss, check the system response time, check if the data stored correctly or not, if the users are giving in users are sending the data, it should be storing correctly or not. Check the warning and error message, whatever it come at all the volume for the problem. Okay, so this should be like, we have to also check the negative testing we have to do, right? So check if you are giving some negative value you are storing that error message is correctly showing or not. Check whether the high volume data affect the speed of processing. Okay, so another type of the testing is a scalability testing. So we have already discussed, but we can explore. I told you, right, we have a separate topic for all the types of the testing. In interview they will ask you this all the types of the testing, guys, so you have a very clear concept about of these all the type of the testing. Okay, I don't know what type of the job you will get, functional or non-functional, but you have a knowledge of all the types of the testing, because interviewer will not ask you the specific question, they will ask you the complete concept and complete knowledge. So you have to know all the types of the testing. What is a scalability testing? Performance testing parameter that investigate the system ability to grow by increasing the workload for the user or the number of concurrent user or size of the database. So name itself you can say we have a scalability testing, right? So we are able to scale our application or not. So here you can see increasing the workload per user. Okay, so this type of the testing is called a scalability testing. Response time, right? Scalability testing attribute. So these are the what we have to test in a scalability testing. Response time we can test. If you are having the more users, how is your response time? Throughput, the data transfer rate of network measure at the number of bits per second transmitted. Okay, hits per second, request per second, transaction per second. Okay, performance measurement with number of users. When we have a 1 lakh users, how your application is behaving, how your data is going to transfer. This all the things we will test. Performance measurement under the huge load. If we having the huge load on your traffic in this situation, what will happen? CPU usage, memory usage while testing in the progress. So you guys, here you will get some confusion in this point. Here your application is deploying your infrastructure, some infrastructure or some VMs are there, right? So in this scenario we can also check our infrastructure things, how it will behave if we are adding the huge number of uh, data. Network give data send and receive. While sending the data we can also check this network usage and web server request and response as a uh, per second. Okay, so response, request and response is simple thing. When you are going to, like I submitted a form like registration form, how the response I'm getting, right? So this all the things we will test here. Okay, why to do a scalability testing, right? A scalability testing lets you determine how your application is scale with increasing the workload. Determine the user limit for web application. Determine client-side degradation and end-user experience under the load. Determine the server-side robustness and degradation. Okay, hope you understand. Now, the what is the difference between scalability testing and load testing? Because you could see the parameters. If you will see the parameters, all most are same, but we have a few differences between this scalability testing, load testing, reliability testing, right? So a scalability testing focus on the performance of your website. Okay, mainly it is focus on your performance of the website, software, hardware, application at all the stage from minimum to maximum load. Okay, so uh, I have given the example of website, software, and hardware. Means how your infrastructure behaves, right? When you are having the load. But load testing focus on the testing and the application under the heavy load. When we have a heavy load in your application, how your application behaves, like okay, to determine what point the application response time fail. Okay, so that's it in this session, guys. And if you are new in the channel, please subscribe my channel and press bell icon to get new video notification. If you don't know, my channel name is Ingenious TechHub. So you can search on or you will get in the screen all the suggested video as well. Okay, don't worry. So we have a manual testing series, so you can just go through this. I have uploaded many video. In the coming days I will upload also many video, and you can bookmark this. You will get many playlist, guys. Like if you want to learn API testing, you can just go through that. So if you are like a manual tester or you are attending the interview, so here you will get top level of the interview question and answer. Here you will get some real time interview question and answer. Okay. So again, thank you so much, guys, and see you in the next session. Bye bye.